Hello and welcome back to Webcast News. Let's get started. Firstly, more news that links back to the death of Eric Garner, who was killed by a police officer in New York in July. Now, there have been lots of protests in America, but the protests are actually now spreading out, and there was actually around 600 protesters in Westfield shopping centre in West London that started protests called the Die-In, where they just lay on the floor inside and outside of the shopping centre. The people that were inside the shopping centre were then asked to move by police, to which Scotland Yard say that everyone did peacefully just leave and go outside and carry on the protest. But the problem then came when a small select group decided to try and get back in and break some stuff. This unfortunately led to 76 arrests outside of Westfield Shopping Centre. Commanding Officer and Chief Superintendent Mark Bird went on to say, "We would always work with those that wish to demonstrate lawfully, as the majority of protesters did yesterday," and went on to say, "However, we will not tolerate the small minority that offer violence or commit other criminal acts, such as that witnessed outside Westfield." I feel like that pretty much sums up this whole thing perfectly. Peaceful protesting is absolutely fine, but you're always going to get that stupid group that thinks that violence will work. Next is an update on the horrific death of former entrepreneur Scott Young, who fell 4 stories from his apartment and landed on iron railings. If you've not heard about this before, go and check out yesterday's episode where I spoke about this in more depth of sort of why it may have happened. But there has been more news come out from it, where a close friend of Scott Young has come out and said that he doesn't think that Mr. Young committed suicide, and he thinks that it may be something to do with a Russian or Turkish mafia group who he apparently owed millions to. He also then went on to say that a Russian mafia group 2 years ago had actually hung Scott Young out of a window of the Dorchester Hotel and said that if he didn't pay them, they would drop him out the window, which seems like a bit of a coincidence for the way he actually died on Monday. But overall, who actually knows what happened? It's still being treated as not suspicious, so see what happens. Next, in kind of cool theme park news, if I actually like theme parks, Paramount Pictures have teamed up with BBC to make a theme park in Kent that will open around 2020. The park is set to feature themed rides such as a Top Gear themed ride and a Doctor Who themed ride, as well as rumours that a Sherlock inspired ride will be there as well. There are also going to be Hollywood film inspired rides there, a 2,000 seater theatre, 5,000 hotel rooms, and this will all create apparently around 27,000 jobs. The only thing that is going to be broken is about a 900-acre brownfield site, but it's brownfield, so that tends to be okay. Finally today, the Time magazine have named their Person of the Year, and it's actually a big group of people because it is the Ebola fighters who have won the award for 2014. You may find some of the nominations weird, but it does say that the award actually goes to an individual or group who, for better or worse, has had the biggest impact on the world and the news over the course of the previous year. Now, the 3 nominations that were quite high up but didn't win were Vladimir Putin, President of Russia. You had the Ferguson protesters, which, yes, okay, they've had quite a big impact, and Taylor Swift. What effect on the world has Taylor Swift had that would make a big impact on the world? Can someone please tell me? That is it for today's episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, and as always, thanks for watching.